My name is Adam. I am the Angry Mortal, and the front room I am streaming this from is honestly a safety hazard. Okay. Let's go. Oh, it's Emil as my little loading screen. So this is the Kabuki outfit, I believe. It's giving me red hair. It makes me think of... Anyway. Now, I think I remember this correctly. I need to go and run along through here. And go and ferry myself. Oh no, he wanted... I'll take the ferry from the one in the village. So this time around we're gonna go and do the actual game, like last time. And if any of you find flowers that you want to name after me, feel free. Okay. And again, I also, some of these opponents during this next part, they're real blockers, right? Oh. Whoa. So early? Didn't think we'd be getting in here already. Well, there you go. That's the change. That's the change. This is what I mean by understanding the shades. And the reason I called it, I put on the thumbnail, Red Eyes and a Blue Bird, is because Blue Bird is the name of the theme. That was the one that I wound up going with, right? Red Eyes and a Blue Bird. Yeah, Red Eyes and a Blue Bird. Good, 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 good. It's quite a nice outfit, you know. I'll try them all over the upcoming streams. But it's not the automata stuff. I reckon. I think the automata stuff might be the last one. Go away, defective swine. I'm not like you. We really do get to hear the shades, huh? Seems like a pretty reliable combo. It's always good to be able to take down a opponent out in one hit. Still, this Kabuki outfit's kind of like the twins. Eat your heart out, Aurelia Mains. Just glad that I know which way around I need to go now. Maybe is that why it's called the incomplete stone? Oh no! What the fuck? Oh, that one blow put me right back to the beginning! At least I just get to push all the doors open. At least for the most part, I'm still able to continue unimpeded. Well, this is where incomplete shades gather. And Gretel did say that they were swine after all. What am I smelling? Whirlwind and lance. Okay. I really want to try the dark clone one on multiple opponents because it seems quite underwhelming on its own. It's just nice to be able to deal with these guys so much faster than last time. Those flourishes just then were quite nice. Come on. There we go. We fought him how many times? Here we go, on the path outside now. Oh no. I don't know that number calling me. I'm going to assume it's a scam. What did you all poorly?
カイネ、エニール、今度から俺も野宿するよ。
なぜですか？
お前らだけ村に入れないなんて、やっぱりどう考えてもおかしい。不自然だ。
抗議運動というわけですね。
Are you kidding me? Are you
このまま
for
じゃ
real?
では、その気持ちだけありがたくいただいておきます。
エミール。
この大事な時期に慣れない野宿で体調を崩したら大変ですから。それに僕、カイネさんと二人きりでする野宿、割と気に入ってるんです。
そういうことだ。邪魔するな。
Thank fucking goodness that this part's been done before, huh? I would be crying my little eyes out. It's like someone is intent on fucking up my stream every time I try it. Oh, I really struggled with this part last time. Yeah. There we go. So just don't aim for the ladder. Got it. I can't do ladders. There we go.
雑魚が多いな。
蹴散らすぞ。
Why? It was right here. You know what makes me really mad? Drakengard 3 isn't on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. Okay, so because I attacked the shades, she's mad. They were protecting one another. They were protecting one another. No.
あの石像がボスだ。皆を操ってるぞ。泣かせるね。笑わせるね。
Wait, can Kylie understand? I don't know. Oh, that was one tap. This is the one that rebounds into... No, it's not. What does she say? Tyrion's really strong. For the effort to deflect the magic bolt, stunned her. again, but this would be more powerful if I knew that.
大丈夫か
If I hadn't already known that I would be hitting the shades this time around.
この傷はもはや
I'm using a different display this time.
なんだこれは
カイネ、お前も終わりだよ。
カイネさん、カイネさん。
The alien thing. That was the wrong one then.
カイネさんの魔物が。
叩き落とすしかないよ
カイネさん、正気に戻ってく
I
ださい。
think I defeated her in under a minute. I think I defeated her in under a minute.
いや
There's the award. Oh my goodness. That's probably one of those ones where there's like a whole load of dialogue like throughout the entire fight, and I've just
カイネ、
wasted some magic drops, I tell you.
力を抑えることができなかったもうお前たちと
ずっと一緒にいますよ、僕は。また魔物化したら今みたいに止めます。
Yet, as we've just shown,
何度だ
Tyrion
って
doesn't
止めます。
stand a chance.
何度だってカイネさんに戻ってきてもらいます。僕、カイネさんがいるから野宿も本当に楽しかったんです。カイネさんが褒めてくれるからこんな姿で
And
も
when
生
it
きて
all
いられ
gets
る。
too hot,
本
you
当はとても
get
弱い
too
けど
hard, you pick up a large bucket of water and you sponge her down.
頼ってばかりの僕だけどカイネさんの仲間なんです。勝手に去らないでください。
That's exactly how Gretel felt.
泣くなエミルありがとうもう大丈夫だ
And there's the first fragment of key.
あそこはこれはなんだ
さあ、読めないな。
使えぬやつだポポルにでも聞いてみろ
It's got a lot of Emil loading screens.
これは暗号。
I'm not copying you.
なんとかなりそうか
これは魔王の城への封印を解く鍵みたい。ちょっとこれを見てもらえる？
I should have known
わか
because
る
they
範
had
囲の
these.
言葉を書いてみたの。手に入ったのは石の守護神という部分の石片。石の神殿にあったことを考えると、ここの石片の言葉に何か意味があると思う。あと4つの石片がはまりそうな場所があるんだけれど、NieR、機械の断り、記憶する木、忠誠のケルベロス。このうち機械の断りは多分記憶する木は神話
Hi,
の話。
Wobberman! Hello!
あとの2つ、NieR、忠誠のケルベロスは何のことを言っているのか。
なるほどな。
ん？
各地点のでかい魔物を倒して順番に言葉を埋めていけばいいわけだ。
手当たり次第に殺していくと
魔王の元に行くためだ。
They're just
それに相手は魔物。
people.
構わないだろう。
It hits different
Avila.
when you know all the right
さらわれた
moves.
ヨナの方が危険だ。
でもヨナちゃん、
生きてる。絶対に生きてる。とりあえずロボット山と神話の森に行ってみます。
分かった。
I'm gonna hit up the one in the Forest of Myth.
カイネさんとエミール君のことなんだけど、本当は町の人も感謝しているの。た
Ah,
だ
but I wish they could.
態度や主張をすぐに変えられる人は少ないわ。少し時間をちょうだい。私も努力してみるから。
はい。
I wish they could sometimes. Both here and in the real world. Anyway. Forest of Myth.
ポポラさんが
あのやかましい連中の村か。
We had good fun the last time we were in the Forest of Myth, remember? I nearly got poisoned and we tripped out. But that's sort of just the Forest of Myth in general. It is this way, right? Oh, it's pretty sunny out. Shouldn't see too many shades then. Seriously though, I am left to wonder where all the sheep went. Whoops. Oh. Even the armoured ones. Up. Even the armoured ones are no match for me anymore. This is wonderful. Oh boy, that was a close one. Oh. Come on, but oh my goodness, these things, they're not very manoeuvrable. Oh great. Maybe I could turn the difficulty up actually, because currently I'm one-tapping everything. It might be worth... We always had so much fun in Automata and Bayonetta when everything killed me outright, you know, so might as well... But... raise it up a little bit. Oh, fine. So, Wobberman, do you know anything about NieR Replicant? At all? That's all. I've not bumped into a chord recently. Or ever. And I feel like I should have.
ここは例の夢の村だな。
そうだな。
できればあの悪夢はもう見たくないものだが。
あ
あなた方ですか。
Okay, well, NieR Replicant is a...
神の木から
This is the
変な
remake
気配がするんです
of a game from about 10 years ago.
神の木。
ええ村の奥にある木
The
です
prequel to
その妙な気
NieR
配は調
Automata,
べたの
which
か。
was a game of the year about 5 years ago now.
なぜ調べる？
But some say it has a better
近
story.
寄ってはい
So
けな
the
いこと
deal
にな
is
って
that
いる
NieR is just a young man. It actually only has 5 endings, but those are 5 pretty big endings. I've got one of them already.
さあなぜかはよくわから
I'm
ない
hoping to nail at least
妙
B,
な話だ。
one of C or D, because it's a choice, and then hopefully E, because E is going to have E is the new one that I don't know anything about, because I did way too much research for this game and I spoiled a lot of it for myself. The choice. Automata had far more endings at 26. Again, only 5 of them though were main endings, the other 26 was because you made a mistake somewhere.
こういう手合いが多いのか最近は。
白も言えた義理じゃないよ。
Now this tree
我はこ
goes
の
and
ような
spills
言葉で
all
こけ
the
脅しをする
secrets
よ
to
う
the
な。
game, but only if you knew that those were the
続きがあるよ。
secrets.
すべての記憶を司る黒き存在。何時の望みし言葉を紡ぐか。
望んだことを教えてくれるってことか。
NieR's just a young man whose sister gets stolen by this thing called the Shadowlord. That was 5 years ago. Now this game because it's the second playthrough, it starts halfway through. We're now hunting for the keys to get into the Shadowlord's castle, in the hopes that we might get Yona back. So if you see any references to Yona anywhere, that's the story so far. It's a quaint one though, and it's only once you play it through the first time. When you play it through the second time, there are small details that will change, and can throw the entire game off balance. Or so I would assume, but I already knew most of these details from the beginning. The plan had failed. Ooh. Yeah. The child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long since ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Now this is the Black Scroll. This is the illness that plagues characters now. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep blue eyes. She's a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him, but he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming, he knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, this might not be so, but the conversation never happens. The girl disappears, and the boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. This was beforehand. This was the White Chlorination syndrome. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend, the Legion. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child only exists in her head, the dying remains of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 33 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce low growl, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She's been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into piles of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: loss. This is what started it all, and is the bridge between Drakengard and Replicant. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favourite of mine. So this is a corruption of the tree. So these are the memories. Oh, I've forgotten this one. Was it brown? Ah! Damn it. I wasn't paying close enough attention. There's something new to this playthrough. Yes. This time round, I'll be able to hear what my enemies say. That's the difference. You see, if you don't mind a spoiler or two, do you mind a spoiler or two? I'm going to wait until I see your response come through, and then I'll let you in on what the differences are. Oh, I skipped over it. Oh, what colour were the eyes? Deep blue eyes. Deep blue eyes. Okay, so at the end of the last playthrough, we discovered that the shades that we've been fighting, these shadowy beings, are old humans. They are other people. Now, I know even more about that than is revealed in the game, but I don't want to reveal any more in the game, any more than what I've actually found in game so far. But these are people, right? And if you look, you can see it here, right? The shade speaks when the tree does, because the shade and the tree are linked. So that was big reveal 1. And therefore, when we go through this time round, we can hear what these other shades are saying, what these monsters and what these people are saying. See, it's about a glimmering jewel. See, the tree speaks and the shade speaks. The shade extends. See, they are connected. The tree and the shade are one being. But because NieR doesn't know that, he's ripping his way through everything he's up against. And this time round, we're going to get to hear what his opponents say. Like the last boss that I defeated just before you arrived was there talking about how it's the new friends it had made in the 5 years since we last met, and how it wished to protect them. Right? I've just ripped apart an entire friendship group, but I did not know the first time. And this is what games like Yoko Taro's normally do, is they will twist things. They will make the heroic acts awful. I highly recommend Automata, and I highly recommend Replicant. Although now you know Replicant's twist, I don't think it will be as good. But yeah, just definitely play the both of them, because they are both awesome. And the music is awesome as well. You know, the tree's stomach throbs because it's been cut over. It was 33! It was 33! Oh, it changes each time! I got this first time round last time! Pause. Brown eyes this time. Brown eyes, 33. Only the player knows. Only the player knows, and only this time round. Christ, the infinite black was the most important thing in the world is the owner. There we go.
しかし魔物が思考するというのは初めて知ったな。
どうでもいいさ。奴らが何を考えているのか。
And even if NieR knew,
こんな面倒は
he
もう
might
ごめん
kill
だ。
them anyway. He's very, very singularly minded
もう文字の世界に埋もれることもある
about
まい。
about
時
wiping
間
out
が
all the
巻き
shades.
戻りでもせぬ限りはな。
There we go.
Popola.
あの巨
I'm going to try and tick off as many bosses this time around as possible. As well as try and try and see what they say. I might also run over a shade or two with this ball. It's good fun. I'm just amazed it doesn't actually kill them. Not flat out. Go. Enough hit. Oh, right, yeah, there's one more reveal. Which is that the Shadowlord is the shade version of NieR. So, and it's doing everything it has to save its sister. So, there's that too. The whole point of this game is that everything you think you're doing right, you aren't. Everything that you're doing is right for you. But the bad guys, madness and whatnot, that all depends on which side of it they're on. And this is Yona's diary that pops up, the white one. Although occasionally we'll get reports as well. So you get new things every time, and this was not in the last one either. Not all of them can. Not all of them can think. There's this thing called the relapse, in which a shade regresses from being sentient and sapient to being more monstrous. Like, I'll come across some of the bosses later, and they are huge. They are horrific things. But they all were people at some point. And the fact is that replicants, the humans that you see around aren't humans either particularly much. They are replicants. They are made for shades to be put into. There's a whole lot of backstory. I need a full stream to tell you the backstory.
拠点防衛型ロボット P33 防衛命令実行中お前目から水流れている
But then humans also attack each other, don't they? Right? That's what we do. We fight each other, so that's why the shades go as well.
まあ私のマスターも死んだ何百年も前に私残して正確には874年10ヶ月14日4時間43分寂しいそのような行動は命令されていないくれよ死ぬ殺す殺されるくれよ殺されるダメくれよ P33 守る P33 守る仕事くれよ守る仕事
Shades are people, and the people. There's. It's a very complicated issue, right? Because these two here, right? These two brothers, these are people, but they are also replicants. They are artificial people created so that the shades have somewhere to be put back into. Because the shades were taken out of their bodies to have themselves saved at one point. So that therefore is the issue, because I've been having this conversation with my brother. You know, so shades are people and the people aren't actually people. Every side is a person, every side. But it is this sort of thinking that there is only one true person that is causing these issues. It's why when I'm having the conversation with my brother, I'm very specific with the terms Gestalt and Replicant. Because both are people. Gestalts are shades and Replicants are the ones that look like people. And the ones that still retain a sort of a human. P33 is going to be the next boss I fight. Right, yeah. Yes. And I'm going to warn you right now with this part, the younger brother blames this machine. Empathy. Empathy. Right? Empathy. They feel and they understand. But we don't know that because we don't understand them. But you have to push forward regardless. And the first time round it was all heroic. It was, oh, avenge the brother, oh, defeat the shades, and this time round it's hollow.
4年前に事故でそうであったかいいんですちょっと聞きたいことがある何ですかこの辺りで魔物の話を聞いたことしかも普通のやつじゃなく
Right, so Gideon is now solely dedicated to destroying the robot because of the mistake that was his fault. Right? Who is the more human in this situation, right? The one who looks human or the shades in the machines? Right? But oh, clever. Nice. That's a bit of a nice one, that it recognizes that you've done this twice.
歯の部分がずい直せはいならよかった必要な素材地下2階にいる大型のと必要な地下2階に分かったところで本日はどんなご用ですか
Will be a good time to upgrade my weapons. I've got any. Oh, I could kick that one up one. It's gonna kill off my titanium alloys. That's the nameless blade. What sort of... I'd be better to do the lily leaf dagger. Let's have a look at it's the axe of... Not that one, and I can't upgrade the Fang of the Twins, unfortunately. Or the Beast Lord, or the Iron Lord. Phoenix Sword. Can do the Fool's Lament though. Can do Transience. That could be a good one to kick up, Transience. Yeah, that gets level 3. Does that make it the strongest one I have? Oh no, Sunrise is so much better. I can't do the Beast Curse either. I just want to be able to upgrade my swords. That is an incredibly powerful one though. 416. How does that match up to Sunrise? Ah, it might as well. What about the Fools and Men? That's gonna go up to 730. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's get some words on that as well. Come on, let's. The Fool's Embrace. I didn't do the Fool's. I'll level it up anyway. Where's the Fools and Men? Kick that up a level. And the Fool's Accord. Oh boy. Now we're cooking. A good ending. No. No, actually. Not that I know of. Ending A is completed the first time. That feels heroic. That feels like a good ending. Ending B is completed the second time. Learn that it wasn't. And ending C and D is based off of a choice. One of them leads to automata and thus lead the extinction of humanity. So I can just go back. I can just go back because I already have one. But then there is ending E, which I know nothing about. So that might be a good ending. I don't know how to activate ending E though. So I might Google it at a later date to make sure that I'm okay.
言葉たくさん教えてくれた知らない世界を教えてくれた似た者同士一緒にね
I just make a habit of destroying all the boxes in case there's swords in them or whatnot. Because there are sometimes. Because I'm skipping through it. Okay, so back to Popola. The robot can, yes. As you can hear, the languages aren't being changed. Maybe because I'm putting it in Japanese though, you probably couldn't tell. But yeah. The robot speaks English. A very heavy sword. Let's see what we can do with this, eh? Oh boy. We can rip everything. One hit each. And it's so good looking. You know, there are weapon stories, but I haven't had a look at these recently. Those. What about the Fools of Court? That'll be a nice one to spin around. More Emil loading screens. We're getting loads of loading screens that aren't just for Yona smiling happily now. Also, okay, you go get food. Don't worry about me. One thing I do want to note is that I've got a costume on right now, though. Normally, I would look a bit different.
Popola さん。
そうそう。崖の村はわかっ。それが崖の村の村長からの手紙よ。
Will we get to do the Aerie again?
NieR。
そうね。
すごい。
しかし。
ええ。
どういう。
あれだけ閉鎖的、その上。
ちょっと危険な感じがするわね。
気にしすぎさ。待っているだけじゃヨナは戻っては来ない。それに。
そう。まずは村長の家を訪ねてみるといいわ。
崖の
気がむ。
I need to learn the Song of the Ancients off by heart. I'd love to sing that at some point.
お願いだ。北平原に私の妻。
Ah, this one again.
やつはし。
I should get as many quests activated as possible, just so that way once I'm done with the game I can go back and finish them all. Because I'm going to assume that there's chapter select.
あの村の者たちが店を出すとは、随分と心境の変化があったものだな。
変化したのは本当に心境なのか。私には信じられん。
里がありですね、カイネさん。
里？私にとってあの村は。
カイネ、心配するな。俺たちが守るから。
守るなんて言葉は自分のケツの穴拭いてから言え。
裏が近づいてきたぞ。嫌な思い出が近づいてきたぞ。怖い。
黙れ、黙ってろ。
I have to admit, having Tyrium's input now in Kaine's head, hearing what's going through her head with the shade is making it really interesting. Oh, I didn't notice the little red ropes. I don't think it was this sunny one I liked last one.
私たちは望まない。
不要な戦いを望まない。このまま共存することができるのなら、
このまま穏やかに暮らし続けられる。だが、あの男がやってくる。
そうだ、あの男がやってくる。女も子供も皆殺しになる。
どうすれば、一体どうすればいいのだ。
Oh. It sounds like the Aerie was in fact home of the Shades all along. I think these villages are Shades, which I hadn't... Well, you'll see the next part, and you'll understand that this might have been slightly more common knowledge than you would have assumed. I love this sword. It looks just like the Raging Brachydios one, doesn't it? You know, the glowing orange parts. I want to read its weapon story. I had to do some pretty hefty fighting to get this, actually. Maybe I'll be able to beat that now that I've got this. Yeah, just a taste of some of the lovely things that they say to you. Oh, no. Wrong place. I need to go to the elder's house first. And then it turns out that he didn't send a letter, and then I go there. Please, by all means, learn the music to this place as well, because it is one of my favourite soundtracks as well. It's just so eerie. I would have used some parts of the Automata soundtrack on my Monster Hunter pages, but I decided against that. Aren't they happy? No. If I'm correct, actually, the entire village is Shades. Actually, ooh, that would explain why they live in these houses and never come out, because Shades are allergic to sunlight. And no one knows that these people are even Shades. Like, they have no idea.
村長、だってあなたが手紙を出してくれたんですよね。
知らない。手紙など知らない。
どういうことだ。
他の者に聞いてみた方が早そうだな。村の者に聞き込みをしてみよう。
I also believe, just to let you know, this piece of music is called Cold Steel Coffin, and it's my personal belief that that refers to the houses. They're just cold steel houses that are a bit like coffins because you go in one and then, from honestly what I've seen, you never come out. It just took me 3 attempts to go down a ladder. Talented gameplay. You know what I need to do next? After I finished streaming Replicant, I need to go and do a game that I'm familiar with. Because this one was a really weird sort of stream. I know what this game is about. I know all of its secrets. It never throws me for a loop, which I really wish it did, because that was what Automata was so good about NieR Automata, was that I knew nothing about it. Hey, weapons. Good, I did get them all.
手紙か。知ってるのか。ないような。どっちなのだ。ところであんたはカイネさんの友達か。
そうだな。
噂には聞いてるよ。魔物しかり。この村の魔物も全滅できるものならしておきたいところだが。そうか。全滅か。
And he senses the threat.
全滅。
Oh my gosh, I'm killing him through the armor. Oh. People, person. Shades. Oh, person. Whoops. Tyrians. Nope. Oh, there he goes again. Strength capsule, health salve. Yeah. That's the most overkill thing you will ever see in this game. Right, last time. Hi! Oh! I'm so powerful! That I believe everyone in this village is a shade. And as a result, there is no human in here to know that these people are shades. It's confusing. I don't know anything about the Aerie. If only everyone had been that nice to Kaine, honestly. And I just wish that Kaine got a better role than just constantly getting stabbed. One tap. Why have you done this? We just want to live our lives in peace. I didn't hurt your sister, it was fast. You possessed monster. So they were always shades, I guess. You who have lost your humanity. This is so different now that you can hear what is being said. I just need to check all the shiny drops. There we go, down. Honestly, this village is so hard to work your way around. I'm gonna guess that some people, this was... I guess some people, I guess the shades were trying to hide as humans. So not everyone here was a shade, but some of them were, and they were very good at hiding it. The fact is though, that shades are capable of possessing things. It just seems slightly unfair to me that I can do that. There we go. No, it's a race to see how quickly I can defeat this one as well. This one looks like one of the angels from Evangelion, doesn't it? It's a bit like Leliel. Because I've beaten the game the first time round, now the game tells you the truth, but only the player. That's how I can hear the shades now. So we're going to be able to hear, theoretically we'll be able to hear what this guy says this time around. There we go. Because he's so far away, I'm going to want, because he's so far away, Whirlwind's going to be useless. Let's want to blast. So the tentacles can protect it from magic attacks. I might be able to deal with this one normally. Just gotta hit between the tentacles. Yeah, I could only hear noises. There was no translation. I'm out of magic. There we go. Got it back. Oh, it's such a beautiful looking game. Ow! Emil! You're supposed to have its goddamn attention! There we go. There we go. That's what I get for moving too quickly. Just to catch you, get you up to speed. It might have been. What everyone else is saying is the exact same. It's only the shades that we can understand. This time around that we couldn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to speed on this. I'm gonna try and use another magic. Strength up. None of that one. This takes such a long time to do. There's probably an award for like getting it done in under 2 minutes, so I'm just trying to get all the awards. That was sort of a first hint as well, yeah. The sister transforming. But again, I didn't really get hints because I already knew the first time I played around. It's a game that is definitely best played blind. Show your eye, show the 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 eye. There we go. I've only got enough magic for that. Oh, it's enough. There we go. If there's an award for beating it within a certain amount of time, I should have just got it, I hope. And this is my Pokemon Emil. No, Emil is the anti-magic weapon. Body 99 likely confirmed that death of Red Eye confirmed 13th Expedition Legion and movements untraceable. That was the point when the White Chlorination Syndrome was defeated for the first time. The Legion that it created died for the first time then.
Emil! ここにあるは最強兵器の本能のみ。
おい、やばいぞ、カイネ。
Feels like I could be watching a movie, honestly. This really is such a good looking game. Ah, it's too late. That's going to be a bit dark. Uncontrollable magic. Oh, we have a story! I have to protect the people I love. That was my only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the Shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy, eviscerate, crush, kill. These are the dark impulses that override all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better to call them our instincts. We didn't have this last time either. I klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Abort the experiment. Number 6 is out of control. Everyone get out of here now. Everyone get out of here. The researcher's words are abruptly cut off as a massive hand materializes out of the gloom and lifts him high into the end. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they've just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail. Well, this is a terrible mistake, for the sound of a cry suddenly brings forth that monster in all its terrible glory. Its body is a bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull, and it's massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it stomps around the room on all fours, bringing to mind the wild maneuverings of some wretched, starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Howler. Oh no, 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 please stop! Oh god, save me! Save me! I don't want to die! One by one, the maddened cries of the researchers are silenced. If number 6 understands their petitions, it pays no heed to them, instead continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. The alarms fall silent, and only then does the creature make a sound, howling with an unfathomable roar that echoes up and down the empty halls of this blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those that dare bring such an evil into the world, and yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. Two sets of footsteps echo in an otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe white man in a long white coat. The man drags the boy along by means of a long chain attached to a set of shackles on his wrists. Rubble is scattered here and there across the floor of the corridor, making the journey exceedingly difficult for a boy who cannot see. Excuse me? Could you please walk a bit slower, sir? I'm not used to being blindfolded and... Rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. This is the last humiliation. Humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall. Without the ability to brace himself, he topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opens his eyes, causing the drops of falling blood to emit a strange cracking sound before transforming into tiny white rocks. "Close your damn eyes!" roars the man. Yes, sir," stammers the boy as he slams his lids shut. He hadn't realised the blindfold had slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly that sparkles appear against the black of his vision. The boy is Emil, also known as number 7. He is a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under their gaze. "Don't look at me," barks the man. "Never look at me." "I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now, so you've just handed me the blind..." Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil's face to the floor with a heavy black boot. "Sir, stop! You're hurting me!" "I told you to keep your eyes and mouth shut, so do it!" The man knows this boy, this weapon, could wipe him out with a single glance, and that subduing him this way gives him a sense of relief. After making sure the boy is sufficiently cowed, the man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. "Right then, on your feet, let's move." Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. The blood doesn't matter. The pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is in even worse shape than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rock, making the thought of a decent foothold laughable. When the man's eyes linger on a section of rubble stained a deep red, he has a sudden image of warm, gooey brownie slathered in a strawberry sauce. His stomach lurches at the thought, but when he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what could only be described as paste. The man blinks. His mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create the scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realizes that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. You can go the rest of the way on your own, says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human. You're a monster. With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. A helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with a stench of death and blood. For a moment he considers opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squashes this plan. Instead, he stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. That's the howl I heard before. You came back to Emil's backstory. Emil didn't always look like this skullhead, like the grinning-faced skeleton that you saw earlier. He was a boy with eyes that turned whatever he looked upon to stone. His sister, or adoptive sisters, one way to put it, they got kidnapped together, was number 6, Howler, the ultimate anti-magic weapon. He was number 7, the way of stopping her, which is what he's going to do now. Almost as if calling him home. By the time Emil reaches the 3rd level, he is moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covered in fresh wounds from numerous falls, but every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. We studied together, we ate cookies together, we cried together, we laughed together. And sometimes I was the only one who got yelled at. That's why I was never lonely. Our being together allowed me to stay strong. For Emil, his sister was all he had to live for. So holding that feeling close to his chest, he presses on one slow step after the other. Finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to a certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now. As he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is his sister, and he must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber. After a few steps, Emil removes his blindfold and slowly opens his eyes. His sister lurks before him, but she looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees a savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of the researchers. As the thing that had been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft, crunching steps emerges from the creature as his magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hand. Arms, legs, head. What little colour the beast once possessed fades to a dull ashen grey, and yet somehow it summons the strength to pull itself towards Emil with one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, the massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me, or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Howler, The moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as the siblings stare at one another. I'm sorry, Howler. Everyone says you're too powerful. They say it's too dangerous unless I steal you away. I'm so sorry. As Emil watches her body begin to turn stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter, perfect silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment number 6's petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddling together in the cold, all alone in the world with no one to protect them. All she wanted was to save her little brother. And yet, it was that little brother who, in a sense, saved her. So they weren't brought together, they've been together forever. The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks to his knees, a frozen sister and a little brother racked with sin. Alone in this cold cage, the two of them weep in a single silent voice. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existences, entire lives, even their memories. We took it all. We took everything. My sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster, and the same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. My instincts as a weapon went out and destroyed me in the process. If that power ends up hurting someone I love,
けどエミールは俺たちを救ってくれたじゃないか。エミールがいなければ俺たちは死んでたよ。
Yeah, no, I'm feeling a bit sad, and I even knew this.
いいんだ。
Oh my goodness, everything. Ah. But look at the damage that he did. There was a city there, there was a canyon there once, he wiped it out. That is how powerful Emil is. And the fact is that Emil then turned Kaine to stone at one point to save everyone else. To save Kaine, that was the only thing he knew what to do, was to turn her to stone. And then to learn how to unturn her to stone, he had to face Howler a second time. And she devoured him whole. But that was his wish, because that was the only way he could take on her power and become Emil. Anyway, thank you for being here. This has been an hour and a half. It's getting a bit later, and I don't want to start something that takes a bit too long, so I'm going to leave it here now. Thank you so much for watching, I guess. I don't want damage resistance. I want physical strength. So yeah, I'll put you all to the beginning screen, I guess. See ya. See you next time. Woo!